What's up, YouTube family? Tio here, Simplistic Fishing, back at you tonight to talk to you more about Lake Conroe. We did a Google Earth waypoints video last time for Conroe. We finished pretty far up on the northern side, and then we had to wrap up the video. We hit about our 30-minute max. So tonight, we're going to wrap up Lake Conroe on the Google Earth side. We're going to finish that west side, go up north, talk to you about those creek channels, and then head all the way down south to the dam and show you guys what we uncovered. So stick around. I got some good stuff for you. Well, here we are back on Lake Conroe. Last time we finished this video, we actually ended right up here around this creek channel, and we were going to start right over here on this creek channel for this video. So if you missed the first video, we covered all of this down here, so all this whole section. So just go back, look at the lake breakdown playlist on our channel, and you can find that. I'll also put that link up there in the video for you guys too, that you can check that out. So first thing we need to do before we jump into this thing is we need to go back and draw the water down. So the best image that I could find was around 2015 to 2012, somewhere in that time frame. You're going to notice here we're in May of 2015. Draw this back to 2014, you can see the water starting to go down quite a bit. And then when we get in here to 2012, I think that's when you're really going to notice a huge difference. So let me pull this back up to 2012, and that is where we're going to start. So actually, I may even be able to get a little better image than this one. Not 2011, 2012. It's always tricky. You never know what image it's going to give me, if it's going to give me a good one or a crappy one. But this looks like the best one we're going to get right in here. So we've got one from 2014. You can see here I've marked the creek channel for you guys. You can see it going all the way through here. So I've marked that for you guys. Again, those creek channels are awesome to fish around. Basically just follow the creek channels, and they're going to lead you to some really good stuff. Now you also have the Texas Park and Wildlife Fish Attractor out here as well that you could check out. I've talked about these a lot. These are great for finding crappie, but also, you know, the bass love to eat the crappie, so you've always got to check them out as a bass fisherman. Sometimes those are just awesome places to fish. Now, as I move further up this bank line, I didn't see too much, not a ton of laydowns, no rock or anything like that. As we get further up here into the river, I did find a few things up here. There's a pretty good laydown that's right here. So a little scattered little clump of laydowns right in that area. And then also right up here, there was some debris that was out here. And I don't think I'm getting the right image here because I've got that marked. Let me see if I can get us a better image. And as I try, of course, I'm not going to be able to get it. So somewhere, somehow, I was able to get an image when that water was down all the way to there. And now I can't seem to find it, or maybe it's just on top of it. I just can't see it, but there is some debris right in here. So I definitely want you guys to go check that out, see what you can find in that area. See if there's, I don't know if it's rock or if it's wood or what it was, but it definitely stood out. You could see underneath there. And then of course, as we get going further up here, I didn't see too much until we get up here into these flats. So when we get up on these flats, of course, huge laydown right here you could check out. You're gonna have to be careful. There's stumps all over the place. There's also another laydown that's right here in this area that you could look at as well. And then when you get up here in the flat, I didn't see too much as far as like any ditches or anything. There are some humps and things that you could fish around. Just a great big huge flat that you could fish up around. And of course, it looks like there's some hydrilla and stuff that could be up in there, but I didn't see any rock, nothing too special. Back in here, this almost looks like beds of some sort. So that would be interesting to check out to see what that is. I did not notice that right there. It looks like some piece of debris or something, but definitely go check out that little area. Of course, when you get up here in the back of this flat too, we've got more of those. I thought I saw some more of those beds up in here. These just look like regular circles from the trees. So anyways, not much going on back there, but that's not to say that's not a great place to fish. There just wasn't anywhere back there that I could put markers for you. That's going to be a really good flat to go fish around. Lots of good cover and stuff like that. So as you move further up here around the bridge, there is some underwater stuff that I want you to check out here. If you look here, there's like an old roadbed that goes through here. So there should be an old roadbed somewhere in here. They may have cleared it out here, but you definitely have it on this side. So I for sure want you guys to check this whole area right in here. For sure, there's going to be some kind of debris or something for you to fish around. And then when you get up here, you're getting into the juicy stuff. So now you're getting up here into the main creek channels and things like that. So I've marked the creek channels for you guys. So you can just hang around in these creek channels and really just have a heyday working on the bends and the turns and things like that. There are some additional piles that are up here as well. So as I zoom in, you'll see them. Some really big piles of laydowns. This is a huge pile right here, especially right in here as well. So some really good looking stuff when you get up here. And then of course, if you go this way, it takes you over here to this subdivision or whatever's over here. There's a pretty good creek channel that takes you in through there. There's some brush and stuff to look at. Be fun to fish all up in this area. And then of course you could get even further up just following that creek channel. So let's pull this back. I just want to show you this. I'm not going to do it too much because it takes forever to load some of this imagery on my computer. But if I take this and I move it to 2021, this would be December of 2021, so just a few months ago, and this is what it's going to look like if you came up there. So you would have no idea that those creek channels are right out there in the middle of the lake. You would have no idea you had a big turn there. It's just a lot of things that you're going to have a huge advantage here by knowing exactly where that creek channel is. So just some really cool stuff. Wanted to point that out to you. I think that's probably, to me, that's my favorite thing about this. I mean, I really love all the markers and everything like that, but having those tracks on those creek channels to me is worth every penny of trying to pick up those points. So let's go ahead and move this back, but take it back to 2012 so we can pull the water down and see what's going on. So here we are back in 2012. Of course, there's a laydown right here off the side of this, you can see, but we've got the riprap around the bridges and stuff, which of course you expect to see that. You've also got some laydowns there as well. Moving down, just groups of big laydowns. Now they are scattered throughout, and I probably could have marked 100 of them, but I just marked the bigger ones, the ones that really stood out to me. So you got 3 laydowns there. As you move further down, we've also got a ramp that's over here. And you guys have heard me talk about getting on the boat ramp pattern. Man, you can get on a boat ramp pattern. There are plenty of ramps on this lake to fish. Up on this northern end, though, there's definitely not as many as there were on the southern end. You've also got another little creek channel or a ditch back in here that you can take a look at. And then moving on down, I didn't see too much on the bank line here as far as debris, laydowns, any major creek channels or anything like that. There was a little channel right here that you could see, but because the image was so bad, I couldn't mark it perfectly for you guys. So probably one of them that I missed there, not being able to mark it for you. But then moving on down, didn't see anything. There is a little island out here you could take a look at. But again, if you zoom into it, there's just not much going on. There's some birds on it, a couple little stick-ups and things like that. No big rocks or anything like that. I could see them being attracted maybe this area right in here. So maybe go check it out. But didn't really see anything I could mark for you guys legitimately. So left that one alone. Went on down and moved down here. And this is where I finally found a few things for us to look at. So one, we've got a ramp. And then there's some rock around the ramp. There's also some rock here that you can see, and all around this area here. Then, of course, another ramp, like an old ramp. And then there's some rock off that point, too. And you can tell that I still am not getting the exact image that I marked these on, because I was able to see things when I marked this that we are not seeing on this one. So not sure why Googler's not wanting to play kindly with me, but 2012 is about as good as we're going to get. So I'm going to keep moving down. As I move around this point, obviously you want to fish this point. I mean, look at the points, like a perfect point. If you don't know what a point is, that's probably about the best definition of a point that you can get. That's about as pointy as points are. So you've also got down here, you've got a ramp. And then right outside of that ramp is another one of those Texas Park and Wildlife brush piles or fish attractors, whatever they are here. I'm not sure. Usually they're the PVC pipes and things like that. But they're great places to find fish, especially crappie. And then, of course, you guys heard me talk about if the crappie are there, you got to fish it because the bass are nearby. So you've also got some laydowns that are out here as well. You can't see this one, but trust me, it's there. And then as we move further back here, we've got some rock. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play with this just a little bit more. And we're going to see if we can get this thing to give us maybe a little bit. Oh, looky there. Knew we could get something that was better than what we were seeing, because there was no way that I was just imagining there were laydowns there. So now when I moved it back, what I did up here, guys, is I just went over here to this little eyeglass And what it does is it zooms in on the time slider. So instead of taking me from just May of 2012 to January 2012, it really lets me break down the months. I don't think I've ever talked about that before. It's a pain because you'd be looking at every single month, but sometimes in cases like this is what you have to do in order to be able to find a really good image. So now we got some good stuff. Now we've got laydowns here. You guys can trust me now back on those spots I was talking about earlier when I said there was laydowns. I think there was that debris that was up there I was telling you about. I didn't know what it was. I can just barely see it in the water. Well, now if I zoom in here, now you can see there's definitely something there. So anyways, got sidetracked just like a squirrel right there. Let's go ahead and keep moving on down. We came off that point. We talked about the fish attractor there. There was the laydown we just talked about. As you move further back here, there is some rock right here around this little causeway area. And then there's a little creek channel back here that I probably should have marked for you guys. I must have missed this in my first one. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and mark this thing right here while you guys are watching me. And that way, when we set up the files to send over to you guys, I'll make sure that this one is included on the new file. Now this channel doesn't look that great, but it doesn't take much of a creek channel to be able to locate those fish. And this one's got these little turns back here too, which is super cool. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mark this track, and then I'm gonna zoom back out, and I'm going to show you guys what this is gonna look like if we were to go up there this weekend and go fishing, and you're gonna be amazed at the difference it makes and all the things that you've been pretty much driving your boat right over the top of for a long time. Always like to get this creek channel way back here because I never know how far this lake actually goes down. But if I get it way, way, way back in here, I know there's not going to be anything back in there. So we'll go here. We'll call that a channel. Change the style and the color to the green. Giving away all my secrets here, guys. I'll move it to 3 because that's what color I like. And bam, we got ourselves a beautiful creek channel lined out. And then if we want to pull the lake up, let's go back up to 2015. Now you can see, you may not know. You may have gone in there and said, man, there's nothing here. And little did you know, there's a super cool creek channel right there in the middle of the cove that you've been driving past for 3 or 4 years. So anyways, let's go back. Let's take this sucker back to where we were before. That was 3.8. There's 117. Basically, it's the same image. So let's go ahead and keep moving out of there. We found the creek channel there. That was pretty cool. Then we're going to keep moving down. As we move further down here, we've got some more debris. So you can see just a lot of debris right over here, right off the kind of the southern side of that little walkway that's there. So check that out because that looks like it could be really good. One of those little hidden brush piles. Now we talked about this on the other side of the lake, these little drops, like where they've cut out man-made little ditches here. I don't know if those are ever productive, but I could see them being. I mean, they're pretty much creating little ledges and stuff like that. So maybe check some of that stuff out while you're out there. I marked some of the ones, especially if they had rock on the side of them or something like that. I marked those. These don't have anything. They're just kind of dug out. But there is some brush back here. Little old dock owner here put a little brush pile here, I would imagine. So that one looks really juicy. You definitely want to go fish that one, especially you crappie fishermen. Back in here, we've also got some debris too. So you can see there's a little pipeline that comes out and then a collection of debris that's back in there for some reason. So check that out. Look at there. Earlier, we were seeing those little round things. There's some more right there. Those could be a little group of stumps. You never know what that is. Kind of hard to tell on the imagery here. We've also got some really good laydowns back here. 3 giant laydowns right in that area coming right out of that little pocket. Then as we move down here, we've also got more fish attractor sites. We got some tires that are over here too, kind of hidden. These were definitely random. You know, it's a crappie guy that put those there, but we see them now. We found them. We're going to go fish them for sure. So then moving back here, we got another really good creek channel too. You guys could check out. Real good flat back here. Love how that one sets up. Again, you know, moving that water up, that's going to look way different today than what we're seeing, you know, on this video today. So just remember that when you go back there. When you go back there and say, man, this guy's crazy, it's not anything what it looked like on his video. It's because this lake's probably, 5-10 feet down in this video, and that's why we're getting such cool images. We've also got some more ramps here, so some community ramps over in this area. I did want you to check this because if you look, for whatever reason, everything's different or everything's the same here except for these two little spots. There's one right here, and there's one right over here. Now, that could just be because the lake was down and they kind of created their own little ramp or something. I'm not sure what's going on, but they've created some nice little contours and holes and things like that for the fish to be attracted to. So I would check both those out. And actually, while you're there, I would look at this little dock too. See how everything's kind of been trimmed out and they've almost made themselves like a little creek channel. This area here, I would just look. You got something shady right there, so this is definitely a lot higher right here than it is right there. So anyways, just look at that spot, see what you can find. That could be just the money dock on the lake. Check these spots that I told you guys about, and then as we move further back, I'm just going to pull back here to show you guys where I'm at once I get off the side of this point. We're going to come down here. We got a couple different ramps. Another one of those Texas Park and Wildlife attractor sites right there. And then that brings us back here to the dam. And so I'm just going to pull back before we go any further and just show you where I'm at. So I know we've covered quite a bit today. So we started way over here. We worked our way up and came back down to the bridge. Let's keep moving on down, see what else we can find. Again, more ramps, lots of ramps, just lots of sandy, not a lot going on, do nothing bank line down that side. Some more fish attractor sites here. There's another one down there as well we'll talk about. Then as you get way back in here, back here by this marina, there's a nice little ditch that's right here. Hey, you guys are probably, man, this guy's ate up with ditches. I'm ate up with ditches because I'm telling you, these little ditches and pipes and things like that a lot of people don't even pay attention to, they usually just load up right there, especially if it's after a rain. Or if it is raining and they see that I guess they're attracted to all the oxygen and everything coming in, that warmer water, everything, especially if it's in the wintertime. These are just great places to find fish. So if you find a ditch like that, especially one that's really dug out really good like that, definitely want to go fish that. And that one's hidden. That one's way back in there. You've also got some more just random rock out here. There wasn't a lot of rock along this whole bank line until we got right in here. There's some right here, and there's pretty good scattered rock all throughout this whole area. So that would be a really good one to check out. Plus it being a point too, it's definitely helpful. Moving back up here, didn't see a lot on the bank line, right? Just the same old until we get up in here. And then when we get up in here, we got a pretty decent little creek channel that goes back. You can follow it all the way back to right in there. You may have even been able to take it farther back in there, but it just kind of disappeared for you. But decent little creek channel to fish. That one didn't look nearly as good as the ones up north that we were talking about. That's for sure. As we move down here, going down the southern side or the southeastern side, just some debris to check out. Again, not seeing a ton here in these areas. There is a pipe out there. You could go check out that pipe. Let's go ahead and mark that thing, just so we have it marked. So now we got a pipe out there, so we can go check out that pipe. We've also got some tires here, real good group of tires, and some rocks. You almost have this little rock ledge, but then someone's put some tires out here as well. Imagine these dock owners, but fishing right in here would be good. And then when you're fishing there, slip over, see if you can find that pipe too, and check out that pipe. Moving back, just got some channels back here. Didn't see much going on. Still nothing going on the bank lines. Just a lot of do nothing. Did get out here though and got some really good riprap around this marina that you could fish. So you guys heard me talk about that, throwing shaky heads out there. Square bill crankbaits. That's one of my favorite things to throw on this riprap. Stuff like that. That can be pretty productive. Probably not going to get your biggest fish there, but you can definitely get some fish to fill the live well. You've also got some ramps over here you can check out. Some more rock back in here by these docks. Again, there's not a ton of rock around, so when you do find rock, it's usually really good. And you got some really good rock here. And I missed another thing right there. Is a pretty good laydown right there outside that dock. So let's mark that one as well. Always cool finding new stuff. I can look at this 100 times and find something new every single time. As we move on down here, we're going to come across, we've got more riprap along this bank line where this ramp is. So you could check out the ramp. That rock's going to be super shallow, but you could try it. You've also got some rock over here by the seawall. Got some additional rock down here by this seawall as well. And then a pretty decent little pile that's out here you could check out. So let's see how much we have left. We're getting pretty close to being on time. and we've still got a little bit left. Let's go ahead and just rock and roll through it so that way we don't waste your guys' time on having to wait a whole nother week for some more videos. So coming down through here, we've got a ditch. So check out the ditch. We've got another ramp, all this riprap, all the riprap around this whole area where all these sailboats are could be productive for sure. You've also got another ramp back here, some more rock up around those seawalls. Again, when we start getting down into this area of the lake, it becomes more of a let's go fish some docks. But there are some things for you guys to see. At least you could fish the docks with rocks around them, you know, try to kind of increase your percentages. You also have some rock here right off the edge of the seawall, and right here too, and right here. So three pretty much like 90-degree angles right there for the fish to set up on some pretty good rock. I would love to set up on all three of those. Those are really good ambush spots for the fish. They love it when you get those really tight turns like that. You also got some more debris there, the riprap. You've got a ramp back here. There's some more tires someone put out here by the by their dock. The dock looks like it's seen its better days, but there are some pretty good tires right there. So mark those for you guys. Also some rock out there that you could check out. And then moving down on this side, we've got just a lot of just random little rocky areas. Most of this is man-made, but some of it's not. This is all rock right around the seawall here. You've also got a little bitty point that comes out here that's got some rock around the edge of it. So just fishing all around that area. Right in here, some pretty good rock hanging out here too. Again, a little bit more down by that dock. You got a little personal ramp. Now I like this. You got a pipe that's right here too. So check out the pipe. You got a nice little pinch point here at the pond dam, and you got a really good pond dam. And on the edge of the pond dam right over here, you've got quite a bit of rock. And if we pull that up to 2021, that's pretty far out into the water. And that, my friend, I guarantee is a good spot. At some point in time, that is a good spot to fish. You know, maybe not certain times of the year, but I would spend a lot of time checking out that spot and waiting for old Big Bertha to show up someday, because I guarantee she's got her eye on that spot because it just looks too juicy. So let's keep going back. We're going to draw this back till it finally gives us our image back. We're going to move on up. So we've got the ramp here as well. Got a couple more ramps back in there, another one there. Let's go back in here. There's a ramp here, but not much of one. But there's some rock right around it. So I went ahead and marked the rock. And then over here, we got a nice little point that comes out. Just a little underwater point with some pretty decent rock right off the edge of it. Those are real cool places to set up, especially, you know, when the water's up. You're sitting out there and people are wondering what the heck you're doing. It's because you found a little rock pile that's just far enough off the bank for the bigger fish to show up. You've also got some rock in here as well, right off the corner of that dock. Some additional rock off these points. So this is just some man-made riprap, looks like, or junk that they've thrown down there. Some more ramps there. Another ramp. Outside of this ramp, you've got some pretty good rock as well. So if you see over here off the side of it, not directly behind it, but just off to the side of it, some pretty good rock as well. Rock around that seawall. That seawall looks really good. And then moving down here, get a little bit further down. We come down here, we got another ramp. We've got some rock as well. Thought that was something good, but that looks like somebody's boat they put there. I don't think that's under the water, but it could be. So when you're checking out this rock, pull back over here and see if there's an underwater boat right here. If there is, fish it, or take a picture on your downscan because that's going to look cool. You've also got some rock that's up here. So check out that spot. Sorry for going so fast, guys. I'm trying not to waste too much of your time here, but want to make sure I cover these with you. Look at this little rock pile here. So you got the sandy junk, and then for whatever reason, just right in here, got a little pile of rocks. So check out that. Check out the ramp that's over here too. And then moving up, we're going to look at the rocks that are around this little dock here. This nice little cutout that comes out here. Really like that. I like that ramp that's over there as well. So let's go back up here in this pocket. This is where we're going to end up at. We're going to finish right here where it says parking, because that's where we started. We started just on the other point to the left of that on the last video. So right in here, if we get outside the edge of this, now this could probably there's probably docks in here and stuff now. It's going to look totally different, but there is a nice little rock pile that's right over here. You got a really good lay down that's over here as well. There's your ramp. You got good riprap going around this point. Some more tires, like those tires. If you got on that little tire pattern, I think you have enough here where you could probably win a tournament. You've also got some debris back in here. that you could check out. And then, of course, some more rock that's right around that that old boat ramp that's there. What it looks to be old, might not be old anymore. And then you've also got some rock out here. Now, this one's hidden. If you look at the bank line, it's all kind of sandy and dirt. And then all of a sudden, just out of nowhere, you've got this really nice rock pile that's over there. So definitely check that one out. That one looks like it could have some pretty good potential. You've got some ditches that are over here too, or not some ditches, but a pretty decent ditch that's right in here. Again, good boat ramp. And then some rock that's all around this little dock right in here. And that one was interesting, just the way that dock sets up and everything, but definitely a good little rock pile that was right out there. Also wanted you guys to check this area in here. I can't really tell what's going on, but it looks to me like you might have just some rock or at least a hard spot right in that area. Something's going on because it's cleared out right around that section. So I'd at least check it. I don't know if it's going to be any good. You've also got a ramp that's there as well that you could check. And then that wraps us up for our Google Earth video for Lake Conroe. So guys, we covered a lot, definitely. And don't worry, you don't have to remember all these. You can go out to my site, simplisticfishing.com. You can order your SD card for your graphs, and then you basically just put that card in your graph and it imports all these points in for you. So we've talked about all the Google Earth waypoints. Now in our next video, we're going to switch over and we're going to talk about the web app Navionics, which is really going to be all about our offshore hotspots. So what we're going to do is we're going to go out there and we're going to talk about pretty much all of these that are out here for us. I'm going to go here and pull these up for you so you can see how many we have. We have quite a few to look at. So you can see here several to look at. So we're going to go over those. We'll talk to you guys about those, about why they're offshore hotspots, and hopefully we're going to put you guys on some fish. So until next time, guys, hope you catch your PB. Take it easy.